Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel. Your super chat is greatly appreciated. If you want to bring up any thoughts or comments via super chat, that would be greatly as a setup, an absolute setup. Okay? What took place, ladies and gentlemen, was the following. Trump had a dinner with Kanye West. Kanye West then brought people that he did not know, or a person that Trump did not know. And that's what took place. So, really quickly, Trump did not know the person that Trump did not know the person that Kanye West brought. Okay? He did not know the person. This is just basic logic. So if you don't know the person, number one, if you're invited to a dinner and you know the person you're bringing is going to be a political catastrophe, that's called a setup. Eric, hello. Kristen, hello. Everybody here, hello. The whole point of what took place was to knock Trump out of 24. I don't know why. I don't know why Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, did that. I have no clue what the motivation was, but that was a setup. Now, I have many op-eds in the Jerusalem Post defending Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been the greatest ally, supporter, friend of people of my background and my faith, and especially the country I had my bar mitzvah in. The leap of logic that Ye and Kanye West takes when and he takes 15 million people, paints everyone with the same brush, and that is not only illogical and irrational, but he doesn't address the industry, Hollywood as an industry. The record business as an industry is a very, very, very difficult, nasty, corrupt, nefarious business. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, the hurt and pain that Ye feels, I understand. I would feel the same, like any human being would feel the same hurt and pain. But he's not actually hurting any adversaries. He's actually helping all the people, the individuals who he considers adversaries. Herschel Ballard, thank you, Herschel. Thank you, Herschel. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Herschel, to my super chat. Thank you. So you're not doing yourself any favors by trying to paint a brush against, trying to label 15 million people around the world who are innocent, who have never harmed Ye or Kanye West with the same brush. What you're doing is literally harming innocent people. And so that's number one. Okay, and I debated Richard Spencer on this channel. You could see that debate, and I defeated his ideas through reason and logic, especially the last 20 minutes. And what's happened the past 6-7 years is that it's not about defeating ideas, it's about image. And so this is actually opposing, in a logical and rational and reasonable manner, Ye or Kanye West's belief system, current belief system, which is not rational, not reasonable, not logical, completely illogical. Herschel, thank you so very, very much. But Trump did not know. Trump did not know. Therefore, this whole thing was an absolute setup. If you look, ladies and gentlemen, you can look at Trump and you could say, oh, well, he is amazing at many things, but he doesn't really. All right, sorry about that. Can you hear me okay? Sorry about that. So, what took place, ladies and gentlemen, what took place was, let's go ahead and just do a poll. Can you hear? Let's see. Can you hear and see me again? All right. So, what took place was it was a political setup. They did like whoever is influencing Ye or Kanye West, whoever is whispering into his ear what he wants to hear, because you have somebody who's extremely influential, extremely powerful, and you have people around this person, kind of like Trump, that's feeding him information that is not good for him, like information that information that could harm a political campaign. Now, who benefits from this? Yeah, I mean, people should ask, like, who benefits from these types of, you know, these types of media obsessions? Okay, he dined with a person with despicable viewpoints. And who benefits from Trump dining with this person? Not Trump. Trump didn't know that individual would be there. Oh my God, what is wrong with this computer? My God. All right, let me just reboot this computer. I'll be back. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. I apologize. I had to reboot the computer, and I don't know. Sometimes at this location and this computer, I don't even know if I'm back on. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. See, sometimes, you know what? It's like this computer at this location. It's just unbelievable, and I don't know. I don't know why this happens. And it never used to happen. That's the problem. But anyway, it was a political setup. Okay, nobody's been better to people of my background. Nobody's been better to like in terms of the economy. We had record low unemployment, record low poverty under Trump. We had record low poverty under Trump. That's what counts. We had an amazing economy under Trump. The last year in his office, his last year in office has literally nothing to do with any economic policy, and you can't blame him for Democratic governors shutting down their states. Like, that's not his fault. That is not his fault. So you have Mitch McConnell now, Mike Pence, you have everybody. There will be thousands of articles on this. This was a political hit job. And it's unfortunate, but see, I get the feeling that Trump is like phoning it in now. Like, I get the feeling that he's like tired in a way. He's allowing these things to take place. And like if he ran for office and he's running for office, he already announced his run. There's no reason to have controversial dinners. And I get it. I think it's amazing that, you know what, it's his friend and he's not going to let anyone tell him like what friend he can be associated with. Okay? But this is what happens when your friends are not really your friends. Like it's interesting too because like everyone says, "Oh, well, I did a lot for Trump," but Trump did a lot for them also. Trump did a lot for them also. Trump did a lot for the country as well. So it's like you have Ye, you have another person there, Milo, you have like other people saying, "Oh, I did so much for Trump. I did so much to help Trump Republicans, and look what happened." It's like, well, they that's not Trump's fault. You can't blame like this man was president. He had the entire American political system against him. And not everything bad that happens is Trump's fault. Okay? Believe it or not, it's the actions of individuals that decide their fate. Now, if you align yourself with good economics, good policies, good foreign policy, and you say, I like Trump for these reasons, nobody can touch you. If you say, I like Trump because there was record low poverty, there's no rebuttal to that. But if Ye says to Tim Pool last night, he says, "Oh, well, I did so much for Trump and this and that," and I forgot exactly what he said, but um, I forgot exactly what he said, but it was like complaining about how much he did for Trump. It's like, well, Trump was already president. Trump became president 2 years before, about a year and a half before that meeting in the Oval Office with Ye. And it also helped, like, if you're to believe people that complain about Trump, their vantage point is, well, I did it out of altruism. I sided with Trump for altruistic reasons. It's like, no, there's a political or economic benefit as well. Okay, so you said Trump lied about him. Okay, well, that's different. I kind of forgot. That's right. That's right. Rude awakening. That's right. But what took place is you have to watch out who your friends are. That goes for Trump and Ye. Because your friends, it could be lifelong. They can disown you in 2 seconds for politics, and I've seen that. Politics is not important to me. It's my job. I enjoy it. So I would like to branch out and, interview old WWE wrestlers. I'd love to interview Jake the Snake or, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Or Stone Cold Steve Austin, or like any legend like that. But, it's like politics is not important to me because I understand that I vote for policies. I vote for like performance. I want a good economy, great economy, and I want a great foreign policy. I oppose counterinsurgency conflicts. That's the most important thing for me. And I think that's the most important thing for the planet. And Democrats disagree. Well, nobody knows really what they believe in other than their own morally superior viewpoint of themselves. But I also will vote for record low poverty. If I can have a record low in poverty and I can have an anti-interventionist foreign policy, I'm voting for that person, whether it's Trump or Tulsi Gabbard or anyone. But that type of individual is not going to be welcomed. And Trump barely got in 2016. And like, I don't think he understands. Like, I'm going to vote for Trump. And I understand that in 2 years, people are not going to even, that people are not going to even really remember this. This will be yet another, apoplectic and, hysterical attempt at trying to say he's a horrible human being. But I mean, this is not going to work well in a debate because all Trump can say is, look, he was my friend. He brought somebody I didn't know, and it was a setup. By the way, Herschel Ballard, thank you to my super chat. Thank you. Exactly. D. Thomas Williamson, exactly. Right from here on out, Trump has to play the game better. That's all. That's all. He has to play the game better. That's all he needs to do. If he can play the game better, if he can go ahead and understand who will betray him, and like, here's the thing. You don't have, there are politicians, and I understand Trump is like a celebrity as well, but you don't see people like backstabbing or betraying Pence. You don't see people turning on Biden. You don't see people turning on Hunter even. Well, a couple, maybe one or two, but like Trump surrounds himself with people who turn on him. And that's not good. That's not good. Because what happens is the following. Somebody works for Trump, then eventually the media gets to them. And working for Trump, you're going to get negative media coverage. And so that wears down any support or loyalty that he has. And so after working for Trump, to kind of turn a new leaf or a new chapter, the person says, well, it was really bad and, I don't like him. And then media says, oh, okay, we'll accept you now. And he surrounds himself with these people. He needs to surround himself with people who have the financial resources not to care. That's the issue. And so this was a complete and utter setup. And the way this works is Trump, in terms of accomplishments, has accomplished more than President Obama in 8 years. We had record low Black and Latino unemployment with Trump. Okay? We had record highs in household median income. Okay? We had a record low in unemployment, record highs in household median income, and we had the Abraham Accords. We had the first president to step foot in North Korea. We had a whole bunch of amazing accomplishments. But nobody cares about that in America, in the American political establishment. And I'm sure Kanye is a very good human being, a loving person. He's obviously brilliant. But like Trump, he surrounds himself with bad people. And if you're powerful, you're going to surround yourself sometimes with yes men, people who say yes. Okay, you don't want people who just say yes. You don't want people who say no all the time because, Trump did also have those types of people because they have their own agenda. But you want people to be honest with you. You want people to be honest with you. And so that's the thing. I mean, it was an obvious setup. By the way, Herschel Ballard, thank you again to my super chat. Thank you. It was an obvious setup. And it was basically this takes away from the fact we're going to have a recession. This takes away from the fact that we're going to have a recession in 23. It seems like people don't care. It seems like people don't care. And it's sad that, in a way, the American political establishment does not care about record low poverty. We had a record low poverty under Trump. There's no rebuttal to that. Oh, well, it would have happened without. Well, it still happened. It was an obvious setup because he didn't even know who Ye was bringing. And Ye shouldn't have brought that person. And Ye shouldn't paint people with the same brush. Because statistically speaking, in the record industry and in Hollywood, because there's so few people of my faith, because there's so few people on the planet, statistically speaking, you're going to have a lot more people of different backgrounds, even in the record and even in Hollywood. So, I mean, what I don't understand also is if there's like 20 or 30 people, if you have 20 or 30 people that are trying to destroy you, and you're a billionaire, and you don't know how to go ahead and handle your adversaries legally. I'm talking about legally. You got a problem there. Okay? He should have also realized that, like they say, he said, oh, they're gonna go ahead. They got his bank accounts, they did that, but he knew that when he should have, I mean, hopefully he has like 10, 20 backup plans. But if you have $1 billion or $100 million, you don't go to one bank, you don't go to two banks, you go to 10, 20, 30 banks. You have accounts in 30 different banks. And so it's like this is just another media sensation. This is just another attempt at ignoring a recession we're going to have, nuclear confrontation we're already seeing in Europe, and um, also the fact that he did so well in terms of the economy. Exactly. You don't bring it. And also the thing is, like, if you're invited to dinner, at least run it by the person. Hey, can I bring this friend? Can I, who is he? Okay, well, it's this person. I mean, like, Kanye West knows that this was going to be detrimental to Trump 2024. He knew that. Exactly. Elon will be on his side. I mean, the good thing is that right now, Trump has to get on Twitter tomorrow. DJD, that's right. Tomorrow. Trump has to get on Twitter tomorrow to set the record straight. He has to go get on Twitter and shape his own narrative. Because if he doesn't do that, then you have like the entire American Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid, Paul Ryan and all of Hollywood. Like he's going to battle with two fronts. He's getting it like, from the left and right. Trump has to be smarter. I just think that it was an obvious setup. And I feel very bad for Ye. I don't condemn him. I understand that I disagree with him vehemently, and I would like to. What he's done, unfortunately, Kanye West has made it fashionable, unfortunately, to dislike people of my faith. And that's dangerous and harmful, and I don't think he realizes what he's doing simply because of the pain that individuals, maybe 10 or 20 or 30, have done to him. Eric, it was a yay. It was a yay op. I don't think he understands that he's made it like they always cried wolf with Trump, and they've made so many absurd leaps of logic with Trump that when you have actual anti-Semitism, they can't even, now nobody's really acknowledging it. And it's like if I have a problem with individuals, I'll either sue them or call them out. I'm not going to make a blanket statement about where they're from or background or accuse innocent people for the crimes or the sins or the mistreatment that I've experienced. Or, so if there are individuals that are trying to hurt me, I'm going to make sure that those individuals do not uh, get a chance to do so. And I'm going to legally and through logic, reason, and through strategy, ensure that I protect myself and set the record straight. But he's not doing that. Ye is doing the opposite. He's going into this spiral and he's trying to take down Trump with him. And there are probably people from perhaps his wife's side that are working in concert with his new friends. I mean, it doesn't take much to manipulate. You have if you have too many people with too many agendas that and they have influence on your life. That's why, I kind of felt bad for Ye. I really, really did, because here's a billionaire, or here's a person who has hundreds of millions of dollars, but he's not happy. He's not happy. What's the point of having all that money if you're not happy? And what's the point of being you can be this amazing artist, this brilliant artist. Ye is a brilliant artist. He is a brilliant artist. Kanye West is his music or his work, or he will be remembered forever. Okay? But if you give control of your life to other people, then you're not going to be happy, and you're going to be miserable. And everything that you've achieved will be your downfall in a way. So it's like it's like a lot of these things, he's upset with an industry, but the fight game is also a nasty, vile industry. Okay. Don King, for example, Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes has a story where he fought 4 or 5 fights in 1 year, and he only got $200-300. Okay. There's a story of what Don King would do is he would go ahead and pay fighters a lot less than what they should be paid, but he would take a trash bag full of cash and put all the cash in on a table with the boxer there, and he would say, "Well, you can sign with me, and you could take all of this, or if you don't sign now, you're not gonna get this money." And so, let's say it's $100,000 or $200,000. Well, you're supposed to be paid $1 million. But if you have a $200,000 in cash in front of you and you're a boxer and you've never seen that money before, are you really going to hold off and not fight? Okay, most people would say, okay, you know what? Yeah, there's $200,000 or $300,000 or whatever. I'll take that right there. And so, but that's the fight game. And so, if Kanye West was working with Don King, then what would he say? See, the thing is, it's the American political establishment doesn't care about achievement. They care about image. That's why George W. Bush has a favorable view among Democrats. And up until recently, Kanye West was able to make glaring, profound political statements, and he was kind of like building like a new brand based on not caring about political judgment, which was fine. Okay, I thought that was great, but then then he took it to, okay, let's blame an entire religion, and that's just not, that just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and that's actually the basis of what the 1930s and 1940s Germans did. I would use the word, but you can't use the word. And you have millions upon millions of men, women, and children whose lives were ended. And again, I can't really explain, but you have this mentality. You blame everyone for the crimes or sins of certain individuals. It's illogical and irrational. You could replace any group of people within Hollywood and find a new group of people in Hollywood or the record industry. It would still be the same nefarious industry. Okay, the record industry and Hollywood, the way those industries are run, it's just a very, these are very, it's like a nasty business. It's a nasty business. So you can't blame um, innocent people. Like when Kanye West, like this is another thing, like I feel bad for him, but one thing also, like there's something that bothers me where I don't really feel like I feel bad, but also at the same time, like, Ryan, hello. If you feel pain in life, okay, and you take out your pain upon innocent people, you're a coward. And you're sad. If you go ahead and if you go ahead and blame innocent people or harm innocent people because you've experienced pain or suffering, it's like, who in this chat, who on YouTube, who on this planet hasn't experienced pain, emotional distress? That's part of life. Well, oftentimes it has to correlate. It correlates oftentimes with our decisions. Sometimes it doesn't. But for Kanye West to say that, well, you can't take away my pain, well, what does that have to do with you hurting innocent people? What does that have to do with you blaming innocent people that you've never met in your life? And so, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, and then he says, well, God is using me as a vessel. Like, no, the person downstairs is, not the person upstairs. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to make a lot of money. If you can make a lot of, if you can make enough money to just live your life in a happy manner, to be able to enjoy a good dinner, or to buy, your family whatever they need, you don't need to be a billionaire. I don't need to be if I won $1 billion, I would give it away immediately. I swear to God. I swear to God. I would give, if I got like um won one of those like Powerballs or lottery or whatever, $1 billion. I'd give it away immediately. Immediately. Because All of that, you gotta like, that's a lot of problems right there. It's like the Biggie song, "More Money, More Problems." And so he has all. I mean, it was an obvious political setup. You're going to have thousands and thousands. You're going to have thousands of articles written, or hundreds, I should say, or maybe thousands referencing it for the next 2 years. He dined with this person. He dined. Trump didn't know. He also didn't really. Trump doesn't care about optics, and it's like he probably should a little bit. I like the fact that Trump doesn't care. I like the fact that Trump doesn't care, but at the same time, he should probably care. Herschel Ballard, thank you again. To my super chat, thank you again. I cannot do this without you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go 20 more minutes. But I mean, it was definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a a setup. It was definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a setup. And it's unfortunate because there are people who care more about this than poverty. Poverty is now close to 15%. It was 10% under Trump in 2019. Poverty was 10.5% under Trump in 2019. Exactly, Gigi, exactly. Creating with Wingless Angels, hello. Poverty was at 10.5% under Trump in 2019. And it is now close to 15%. And you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where apparently nobody cares. Exactly, Eric, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So, like, here's the thing. It's like, it's such an obvious setup. But see, again, most people are not going to look at it this way. Unfortunately, most people are going to say, oh, Trump dined with. They think like it's like, oh, try the veal. Fantastic. Oh, who'd you bring your friend? Oh, okay. Oh, you have an amazing friend. This is fantastic. That's not how it went down. That's not how it went down. Okay. So, Brian, thank you. Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is, like, politics is now public relations and pop culture. And there are, yeah, the Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, The Atlantic, New York Magazine, New Yorker, Esquire, Vanity Fair, Rolling Stone, they're all going to say the same thing at once. They're all going to say the same exact thing at once. They're just going to say the same exact thing at once. American Girl! Thank you! Hey, AJ, he may not care, and that's fine. However, he should be aware and extra vigilant, knowing what game he's up against. Exactly. You said that better, American Girl, than I've tried to say it. During this live stream that my computer just shut down and had to reboot. Exactly. He can't just phone it in. He can't just phone it in. He cannot just like I think that American Girl, like, I get the feeling that Trump is like tired. By the way, subscribe. If you wanted to subscribe to a newsletter, ladies and gentlemen, it's contactgoodman88@gmail.com. American Girl, thank you. Herschel, thank you. To my super chat, thank you so very much, everybody. I wasn't going to do a live stream, but this was bothering me. Like, this was really bothering me. Just because you have Democrats and media and the morally superior, wonderful, highly educated, apoplectic, almost always hysterical, but always ethical um, and knowledgeable liberal Democrats who cry wolf and cry foul and call everyone a bigot they disagree with. They've diluted these words and they've created new words and euphemisms, and they live by euphemisms. They live by euphemisms. And George Orwell called euphemisms verbal refuse. And then when you have a situation that's a difficult situation because Ye has been through a lot, and there have been individuals who've tried to harm him. But he said things that are factually incorrect and illogical and irrational and actually very hurtful. See, they keep claiming, they always claim that Trump is this and that, and it's like, no, actually Trump is just like, he doesn't care about the way the political game is played, which is a good thing in a way. It's a refreshing thing, but like American Girl said, we're living America. The United States of America is like a high school class where the cool kids can get away with a lot of things and can make absurd claims and can convince the teachers of things that aren't can get away with uh things by convincing the teachers that they're right, and the other less popular kids are wrong. But see, again, that there's no emphasis on accomplishment. It's only public relations. When you dilute the term of the word bigot, and everyone is that term if you disagree with them, then when you get Ye's statements, media still doesn't really address them and just kind of tries to link them first with Trump. And Trump has nothing to do with what Kanye believes at this moment. And in tomorrow or next month or next year, Ye could say, I was wrong, I apologize, and I would be like happy, like very happy, and I wouldn't condemn him, and I don't condemn him now. Lisa, hello. But I think that it's just a very sad situation because you have a human being who's spiraling down into an abyss, and you have all these vultures around him. All these vultures just circling around him. Then you have the American political establishment just waiting for any negative news. Then you have McConnell saying, oh, yeah, I don't think Trump can be president again. It's like, you just lost the Senate because you deliberately lost, basically almost deliberately lost the Senate. And you have Pence condemning Trump. You gave $7 million, $7 million to a Republican facing another Republican in Alaska, and Adam Laxalt could have used that money. So it's just it's the whole thing is unfortunate. I just hope that, and we'll do 10 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And to my super chat, American Girl Herschel Ballard, thank you so much. I just hope, because the next 2 years, people, are going to be fantastic years for this channel. We're over 200,000 subs. They're going to be actually fantastic years for Trump Republicans. But I'm voting Donald Trump, but I'm just saying if he keeps doing these types of things, um, then you'll have DeSantis could easily leapfrog him. Now DeSantis doesn't have the momentum, even though everyone is, all of media is saying, "Oh yeah," all never Trumpers are saying, "Oh DeSantis." But if Trump keeps doing these things and he keeps having these types of dinners, like a dinner where he had no clue that this, person with despicable views was going to be at, that dinner now is going to be more important than a recession. Like Trump can't just rely on, like, they don't care. Democrats will vote in the midst of a depression for Democrats. And economic, they don't care. Like Trump is going to have to give reasons for people to vote for him, not just against Biden. Okay, because that's the Democratic playbook. People are voting against Trump, oftentimes against Trump. So, I mean, like American Girl said, Joel Valdez. Thank you, missed your live show. No, you know what? We'll keep going for about 10 minutes more, Joel. Thank you so very, very much. Yeah, I wasn't even going to do this. I wasn't even going to do this tonight, but I kind of had to get it off my chest. I feel bad for Ye. I think that he's probably a very good human being, but I think that he's spiraling out of control because he doesn't know how to handle the pain he's been through. And he also, I don't want to be disrespectful, but he hasn't looked in the mirror and said, well, what are the mistakes that he's made? Like, I haven't heard him say, oh, I made this mistake. I did this mistake. It was my decision that I should not have decided on this course of action. Joel Valdez, thank you. So it is really sad now that we're going to have to hear about this for the next 3 days, when in reality Trump has done more for people of my background, my faith, than any president. And I explained that in the Jerusalem Post. Tina Bobina, thank you. Um, the majority, Joel Valdez. I think Trump and Kanye are playing the media and the public for what reason, not sure. I don't, you know what, Joel, thank you. I think that, I honestly think that Trump got blindsided. Here you have a man who moved the embassy to Jerusalem, negotiated the Abraham Accord, signed an executive order combating anti Semitism on college campuses from the left, record low black and Latino unemployment, allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever, made the funding permanent, did better among non white voters 2 years ago than he did in 2016. He did better among non white voters. And American Girl. He's not a newbie at this anymore. He shouldn't be making rookie mistakes. Exactly. He's looking to people he previously trusted. This game is full of Brutuses. Exactly. American Girl. You should start a political channel. Better than I've been babbling and ranting. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's true. You said it better than me. You said it a lot better than me, actually. You too, Joel. Joel Valdez. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I mean, American Girl's 100% right. And I understand, Joel, like what you said is true. It almost seems like Trump was in on it, but he wasn't. And then you're going to have all of media for 2 years. Oh, yeah, right. Like, why did he dine with, here? Okay, so that's who he is. You don't understand. They took everything that Trump said, sensationalized everything. He has to overcome the media contempt for him. Or else I don't think, like, I will vote for Trump. I'm not voting for anyone else. Um if Trump is not the nominee and DeSantis I see is too close to McConnell or too close to Liz Cheney or too close to Lincoln Project, I'm going to sit it out. I'm not going to vote. I wasn't born to show allegiance to any political party like most of the Democratic pundits. But I mean, I don't want to say this, but at the end of the day, um, if he keeps making, like you said, rookie mistakes, American Girl, I don't- you know, it'll be a Democrat again winning in 24. I don't want to say that, but that's the truth. If he keeps on making rookie mistakes, and the thing is, I think that he's tired. I really do. I get the feeling. Trump's my man also, but I get the feeling that he's tired. Like, I get the feeling that he just doesn't care anymore. Like, about media. Or maybe he's just pacing himself because 2 years is a long time. Okay, so we have all of 22 or 23, and then 24, and 2 years is a long time. But see, every kind of story like this, American Girl is right. And Joel, I agree with you. Every story like this takes away from the good things that he's done, which are numerous. Me too, Jesse. Me too. Every story like this takes away from the good things that he's done and adds political momentum to Democrats and the left within a recession. Like, because they have such a unified message, like they have like 15, 20 publications, major political that will publish the almost the exact same article verbatim. Now, the good thing is that Elon Musk now runs Twitter. So that is huge. I agree with you, Patrick. I agree with you. I agree. I would be tired too. The man has endless energy. I agree with that. I understand that it's only natural that he is tired or likely tired. I just hope that if he's pacing himself, that's true. Dying to die, that's true. Tired tiger over energy. That's true. Um, Joel, thank you. American Girl, thank you. Herschel, thank you. To my super chat, thank you so much. I can't do this without you. I think that he should get back on Twitter right away. Like, I'm not on Twitter because I just don't want to spend a second, a moment away from reality and from life and from living and from breathing and from living in reality. Because when you enter Twitter, even now with Elon Musk, you're entering another world. You're entering Tron. It's like the movie Tron. So, and I'm not the type of person who's not going to defend myself. So, Joel Valdez. Trump loves being a developer and creating things, and in politics loves creating scenarios and watching reactions. Time will tell. I agree with you. I mean, that you know what? I you know what? That is probably that's another that could be what's actually taking place. Maybe Trump feels that any publicity is good publicity. That maybe that's his motto. My only concern is that um my only concern is that you know I don't know if he completely understands that indignation is like the lifeblood of the Democratic Party. It's not policies, it's not like record low poverty that happened under Trump. We had record low poverty. We get record highs in household median income. And every demographic group and every industry is doing worse now. Joel Valdez, thank you. I mean, you could be right on that, but I do think that he was. I do think that he was blindsided, though. But I mean, you're right. I mean, maybe maybe he just looks at it like every like flare up, every media frenzy. He gets to see like the true colors of the people around him. I don't know. I think Joel, you're. I think that maybe your more optimistic take is hopefully the reality, and my more pessimistic take is not the reality. But I'm just I'm waiting, and I like what the House is doing. I like what the House of Representatives is doing. Um, I like what they're doing. They're going to investigate endlessly. Um, they'll impeach. They will impeach Biden, so that's only a matter of time. And you have impeachment, then you have Democrats. Um, Democrats will be on the defensive for the first time in years. I don't even. When was the last time they were on the defensive? Probably in 2016 with the DNC emails. Probably. But actually, they didn't care about that. I remember being the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. They didn't care about that. That's the funny thing. Joel Valdez, he always turns the tables on liberals. He does. I mean, he does. He does, Joel. He does. But the last year of his presidency, but they had like an ironclad grip on Twitter. So that was like an ironclad grip on Twitter. So um, if Elon Musk starts a phone company, it's game over. That will be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Joel, I think you're hopefully right on that. American Girl, yeah. But this is the thing. Like he lost control of the narrative last year. But see, they had everything. Twitter was a huge um, advantage. That was an enormous advantage. Elon Musk bought it because it was going to be used against him. Um, so they won't have that anymore. Joel Valdez, thank you. They won't have that anymore. To my super chat, thank you so much. They won't have that anymore, and that's going to be a very big disadvantage. A very, very big, because generally the Democratic Party cannot win on accomplishments. There are no accomplishments. The economy stinks, and foreign policy is a catastrophe. So, but again, you have Pennsylvania senator who couldn't pass a sobriety test, nor could our current president. So they don't really, and you talk about candidate quality, it's like, well, I'll take Trump over either of those any day of the week in a heartbeat. But it's like, it's like, I would like to see Trump on the offensive, not being offensive, but on the offensive politically. Joe Valdez! It seems to me Elon and Trump are working together, and I'll be the first one to get Elon's phone, but never his cars. I agree with you 100%. Joel Valdez, I agree with you 100%. Definitely no to EVs, especially in a hurricane. Um, but yes to Elon's phone. Tough it out. Thank you so much. I would love to see Elon Musk's phone. Um, I think that would be fantastic. I really do. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Um, that's a game changing moment right there because you've had what, like two companies really controlling everything in terms of software and apps. So, but see, if Apple, you're gonna go. This is fun. Apple like is going to battle for no reason. Like this is the thing when you the the political climate now will not be the political climate in 23. You're going to see Coinbase, Binance, Tether, all of these things will implode. And a recession is not going to like a recession gave Trump Republicans the House. So, another recession is not going to be good for Democrats. And if they continue to like just make it all about Trump, it'll be very difficult for them. Very difficult. Then you have to focus on the machinery, the political machinery. That's a whole other story that needs to be addressed. So, exactly, Jesse, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100. I'm old school on pretty much everything. I'm old school. Anything old school, there's only a couple things you'd say new school that I'm like, but I'm pretty much I love everything old school. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, everybody. Joel Valdez, American Girl, Herschel Ballard, everybody here. Eric, Samurai, everyone here. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I just did this like it was impromptu because I I it was this thing was bothering me, and it was very annoying. The whole thing was very annoying. You know, it is. Thank you. Jesus matters. Hello, shalom. J Spot 51. All right, everybody. God bless you all, and honestly, God bless Ye Kanye West. I hope that he finds new friends and finds peace within himself. And it's not the apology, but understands that he's hurting innocent people by blaming innocent people for the crimes of individuals that went after him. Rude awakening. They set him up this time, but he's on to them now, ain't he? It's a good thing it happened early. Exactly. That is a great point also. Gigi, thank you. That's a great point also. That's a fantastic point also. He is on to them. So that's good. I mean, I think he's also rude awakening pacing himself. So I think he is pacing himself. Um I think he's pacing himself like because um we're talking 2 years down the road. So I think that could be also an issue. But everybody, thank you so very much. Rude Awakening, thank you. To my super chat, I cannot thank you enough. Joel Valdez, American Girl, Herschel Ballard, everybody here, thank you. I should do a live stream. Let's see. I might do a live stream tomorrow evening. Probably around the same time, everybody. So hit subscribe to this channel. I might do a live stream, not sure. Thanks everyone. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thank you.